What's up, everyone? It's the Summoner Circle podcast. We're here with Pastor Coco. Hey, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
Hello, hello. We're here with KB, the one and only.
The one and only, baby. Good to see you guys again.
Boss man.
Yeah. And of course, Noel isn't here, so we got Pinhead, who is still muted, by the way. But it's all good. And of course, myself. And yeah, man, we've had a long break. Just we'll have to find out if Wednesday may not be the best day for everyone because
It's just life.
something every last minute.
It's just life,
Yeah,
man. Like, you weren't feeling very well, and I wasn't feeling very well, and KB was trying to get his work stuff figured out, which I think he's kind of gotten that figured out now. But and then Noel's just his kiddos have been having a rough go here health wise the last few weeks, so that's where he is tonight. Baby girl is not feeling well, so
Kids make everything hard.
they can.
All of your plan. Yeah, they definitely can.
They can.
They are a wonderful blessing that sometimes is a pain in the keister. But
Yeah, my daughter's very sassy right now. And very violent.
How-
I think she learned some violence at school, and we're like, hey, where did this come from?
how old is she?
She's about to be 4.
Oh, okay.
Well, apparently she's about to be 14 and fighting. I'm like, damn, this kid is
Yeah.
violent, dude.
That's funny.
Yeah. Mine's 10 and a half, and she's been that way since she was like 4. So, congratulations, KB. You got many years left of it.
Yeah, I got a lot coming. Can't wait.
I just hope that I just hope what they said about boys being easier when they get older is right. Because if he's a handful when she's still a handful, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's really not that bad, other than being the Energizer Bunny. He literally doesn't stop moving. He just goes all the time.
I was definitely.
Yeah, my nephews are pretty energetic. So
It's just ADHD.
I hope you're right. I hope they know out. Have you guys have y'all dabbled in 8.4 yet?
I have not. I have not even looked at it. I did see that Sim released his Glykhan walkthrough, which means I actually can do it now because I don't tackle an in-game boss without watching Sim's guide first. Yeah, I mean the ones he's done for the other Act 8 bosses have just been phenomenal. Like, I have never been more prepared for a boss than the last 2 from watching those guides that he made. So I know that they do beta tests and stuff. I don't like jumping in like the day that it comes out usually. I think I did for 8.3 just because the exploration rewards were so good and they said that it was not hard. So I explored it pretty quickly, so I might do the same with 8.4, but I haven't explored 1 and 2 yet. So, I mean, I've still got a lot to do before I get the exploration rewards anyway. So, I mean, might at least get a completion run in. Or explore 8.4 and then go back and do 1 and 2 later. But we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, I logged in about 2 minutes after I sent that last message in our Discord chat. At like 8:45 or something was the first time I logged in today. So,
I was like
trying to
saying,
look for a good title for the episode.
I jumped in.
Yeah.
I jumped in like
It's a good title.
right before we went to dinner and ran my AQ fights, but that's about all I've done today.
Oh, you just reminded me I need to do that. Thank you, sir.
I don't think I've played. Did I play any more today? I might have played some this morning. I don't remember. Oh, I did. I remember. I opened some stuff this morning because war rewards came in, so I opened a couple more featured crystals. So. And let's see, what did I get today? I think today I got a dupe of Penny, maybe, and a dupe of somebody else. I don't remember who the other one was. Oh, I duped my 6-star Terrax, which I wasn't mad about. I was kind of excited about that. Even though he's a 7-star now, I've been waiting to dupe him to rank him up, so I might actually rank him up now that he's got the dupe. But it was very frustrating, and I know that the real doesn't matter. But my most wanted champ in the featured crystal, both times was right next to what I landed on. So when I duped Terrax, there was a bullseye directly to the left, and when I duped the other one, which I think was Penny Parker, there was a bullseye right after. So even though that's not technically even real, I still felt trolled, and I was upset.
I finally got what I wanted out of those.
I did pull White Tiger the other day, though, so that one I was very excited about. So, and she is she is rank 4 already. So I kid you not.
Double pop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pulled her back to back.
Nice. I kid you not. I got her and took her to rank 3 because that's kind of like that's where I like to test people at, is rank 3. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be mad about taking someone to rank 3. I have no idea what her rotation or anything is because it's been a while since I watched the Spotlight videos, so I don't remember what it is. I did 2 fights with her, and then I did 2 fights with her, and then I immediately ranked her to rank 4, and I will take her to rank 5. She's amazing, and I'm not even doing her right because I don't know what the rotation even is. I just been 5-hit combos until I get a special, and then I throw a special, and then they're dead. And I'm like, I'll take that every day. So, yeah, she's bonkers. So I can't wait to actually play her correctly and see how even more bonkers she is. So, and it helps that she has a synergy with my boy Gladiator, who is so good.
Yeah.
The Goatiator now.
Dude.
Man, dude,
the
there's
buff.
So much lore I need to like.
The buff
talk
is
about
the
eventually when we get
buff
to
is so good.
with the buff.
It's so good. People still.
I'm jealous, man. I need a Gladiator.
People are still doubting, man. I'm telling you, do it. Rank him up. He's so good.
I want to awaken mine now.
Yeah, you do.
7-star, but he's still a little sleepy.
I'm so jealous.
A little sleepy. Gladiator's top 10 easy. Slayer says.
I got my 6-star to max sig finally, so
Nice.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I finally got Onslaught out of there, which is all I wanted. So now I'm back to saving.
So the other day when I opened a featured, I think I got 20 more SIGs on Anti-Venom, and Onslaught was right next to him. I was like, are you kidding me?
No.
It's like, so I've been, I know the real's not real, blah, 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 blah. But every single champ that I want has been right next to what I've pulled in the featured crystals. And the only one I've gotten was White Tiger, which I was happy about, but was not the one I want the most. Like, she's awesome. I'm glad I have her now. But, like, Onslaught and Bullseye is what I want. Like, that's why I'm still opening them. I'm like, I want both of them.
Speak of Sim earlier, shout out to Sim, because that's how I learned how to use Onslaught.
Yes, dude.
Sim puts in work, man. He does great guides. That's how I learned how to use Viv Vision, was watching Sim's videos about her.
Yeah.
Which, she's pretty bonkers, too. I like her a lot.
Yeah, I ranked her up as soon as I pulled her.
Oh,
Put her to rank 4.
I forgot. I did.
5 and ascended.
I forgot. I did
Oh.
get another featured. I forgot. I got Ironheart the other day as well. She's in this one, right? Or was she in the basic? I can't remember. Anyway, I pulled.
Ironheart's in this one.
Okay, yeah. So I've gotten White Tiger and Ironheart. So, which I was happy about both, but they are not the two that I want the most out of this feature crystal. Happy about both because I like both of them a lot, but.
I remember that actually when I pulled Onslaught, I kept him rank 1, level 1, and I put him Sig 200 and ascended.
Wow.
Yeah, super flex. But I mean, been asking for that dude since day 1, baby.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I got my hands
I
on
mean,
it.
that's well deserved. Well deserved.
Yes, sir.
I love it, dude.
That one was fun. And now I'm just saving for who knows. I got what I want.
I took my 5-star bullseye and ascended him, took him to rank 5 because I've been asking for bullseye pretty much since I started playing, so I know exactly how you feel. To the point where Eclipse, whenever he got bullseye assigned to him, asked Mike repeatedly if he could please tell me that bullseye was coming because I've been asking for bullseye for years now. So
I'm gonna send some good bullseye juju your way.
dude, I've been using my ascended rank 5-star in Thronebaker EQ and demolishing stuff last month. So, especially I haven't looked at the EQ this month, so I don't know if it. But the skill node that was in last month's in the skill chapter, he was great for, and I was just melting people. It was wonderful. I have not checked out EQ this month yet, but
I haven't either.
I think I did the first 2 chapters.
nice. I've been very slow to get into EQ the last 2
Oh
months.
yes, I did. The what's her name? The purple demon lady. I can't think of her name right now.
Purgatory?
Purgatory?
Yeah,
that what you're talking about?
That's exactly it. Yeah,
What about
Purgatory.
purple demon lady?
Purgatory is one of the EQ bosses. I think
Oh, okay.
maybe like 2.1.
Really?
And yeah, it was actually really tough. I went in the first time and I didn't. Usually I don't read the nodes. I just pick a team and I'm like, yeah, this will work. And it did not work for her. And I actually had to use a revive and EQ. I like wiped my whole team on her and then had to revive Titania, and she got me through it. But I've been using Blade since she's dimensional.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You need to make her bleed, and Blade just
Oh.
wrecks.
Yeah.
I actually read the notes and then I was successful.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reading
That's what I want.
reading is fundamental, everybody. Reading is
Good
fundamental.
summoner right there.
What nodes is it? Does she have like bleed vulnerability or something?
You do like 90% less damage unless she's bleeding. But
Oh,
then
it's that
also
one,
it
okay.
has the thing that also like purifies debuffs, plus
Gotcha.
gives her power. So like if you try to apply the bleed, she instead gains power and then
Gotcha.
just kicks your ass.
Gotcha.
But then I was like, oh, my boy Blade, and he's still shutting shit down, baby.
No
So
rank.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So just look out for her when you go in, or just actually read the notes like they intend, and you'll probably be really
Yeah.
good.
I'm trying to think.
Slayer says that he says Act 8 kind of feels like a harder event quest. Interesting.
I'll get to it eventually.
Is that a good thing? A neutral thing?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was-
I'm not sure what I'm not sure what he means by that. Like it's not hard enough, or it doesn't feel different like
I
it
mean,
usually
it's
does,
fine,
or
But like not hard.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's not hard.
gotcha.
Okay.
I
Which
agree.
is
That's fine.
yeah.
I explored 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3 fully, and I would agree. It's fun. It's way better than stupid Act 6.
Dude, everything's better than that.
8.3 was some of the most fun I've had playing this game. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of the only 3 paths thing. Like, I feel like it needs to be somewhere in between, maybe. Like, not 12 paths or whatever it was before, but maybe not as few as 3, you know? But...
Ooh, Slayer's got to break down these most used people.
Is it
Right,
I was like, say, is it just his profile picture on a big spreadsheet, or no?
That's cool. Okay, so CGR, Immortal Hulk, Kushala, love it so far.
I Hulk, really
Storm
nice.
In box. Yeah, the I Hulk I like, and that's the second most used is I Hulk, so that's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Ranked up.
I think mine's still only
like,
ranked 2, but I have used him some before. I enjoy him.
That's cool. I like that it's content. He says it's content that you can get away with using your favorite. Yes. Which I think is pretty awesome. Yeah,
that's what I liked about 8.3 is I felt like it wasn't so hard that I had to only use the same, like 3 or 4 quote unquote meta champs to do fights. I could play around with who I was playing with. So that's good. I like to hear that about 8.4 personally. So
everyone let me know how the boss fight goes, because my brother's playing it right now. He's doing it, and then Slayer's doing 8.4 right now as well.
I know when Sim shared his guide, he said that this was the hardest of the Act 8 fights.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
But I don't know.
Which is cool.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it's the last one, you know, so that I'm fine with that being the hardest. I don't know how much harder it is than the other ones, but I just know he said it was the hardest of the 4. But
a superior class as well.
He is nice.
I'm glad. Because I was like, we were like, when they started like saying like, oh, Black Cytalos will be skill. I'm like, okay. But if Punisher comes, why would he be skill as well? He's got to be superior. Like,
yeah.
I was like, they're not gonna repeat skill because it seems like they're intending, like, hey, here's a skill, here's a tech, here's a science. Hey, maybe here's a mutant, etc. in the future is what I'm hoping. But that's cool. I'm glad he's superior class, and that makes
awesome.
me hopeful for Act 9 as well. I heard there's a cutscene, so we'll have to talk about that later. I'm excited for that.
For sure.
Boo says, have we talked about Punisher stealing Deathless King Groot's whole color scheme? That is pretty funny. Black and orange.
Speaking of DKG, his animations are awesome.
Ooh, I have not seen him.
So cool.
He's so cool, yeah.
I'm so sad I'm not gonna get him. I'm so sad.
I'm not gonna get him either. Oh no, they're from a thing. Right? I remember the trailer drop for it. I haven't seen his actual animations.
Bro, they're awesome. Like, I mean, they're the same, but not the same. That makes sense. Like his special 1 and special 2 are the same, but like his special 2 is like breathing fire instead of poison gas because he doesn't incinerate.
Ah, that's cool.
But his special 1 is the same, except the like big rock tree boulder thing he's swinging around has like fire like flying off of it as he's swinging it around and stuff. Like, it's so cool looking.
Yeah, okay.
It's so cool looking.
Oh.
It is.
Nice. He's even got like his own frame too.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I've enjoyed him so far. Cool. Yeah, you know, there was a big backlash when Deathless Gilly first came out because people, I don't know what they were expecting, but like, I've slowly seen people going, "Oh wait, she's actually good," and like I saw some people on Twitter the other day talking about using her for certain things. So I mean, yeah, it's almost like you shouldn't open your mouth immediately before you've actually like tested a champ and stuff. So you know,
it's true. I've done that many times.
Guys,
I did that with Spot. I was like, Spot is so lame.
Oh my gosh, he's so good.
Bro.
He's so good, dude. He's so good.
Get me started, man.
Oh, I have a
Yeah,
dupe,
remember-
Like, you guys remember?
bro. I have
Guys.
a dupe. I have a dupe 7-star, and I am so happy about it. He is ridiculous.
I apologize to everybody at Kabam on one of the episodes with LJ. And I even made like an Instagram post with Spot, and I said, I'm sorry, I tagged them. And they replied, somebody from Kabam replied, and they were like, it's okay, we forgive you. Glad you're enjoying the champion. So yeah, I've had a couple times where I judged the champ and I opened my mouth before I've even played him. And I'm wrong every time.
What's crazy to me is that, so I've done it a little bit, but Dark Raw's done even more than me. We have shown that Psycho Man can solo like a ridiculous amount of content in this game, and people still bash him and say he's not good. I'm like, are y'all watching the stuff that Dark Raw and I have put out on? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, Dark Raw is soloed like all kinds of stuff with it. And I've shown multiple things that people like. I'm like, he doesn't suck. No, he doesn't have Herc's damage, but he shouldn't have Herc's damage. So, like, you know, it cracks me up sometimes. I'm like, what are y'all thinking? What are you watching? KB, you okay, man? Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Camera turned over.
I couldn't tell if you, like, had to leave or what.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, unfortunately, I'm very grateful for customers that pay me money for my business, but some of them are very needy, and
Yeah, no worries.
some of them
Say
freak
no
out
more.
via text message, and it's not even a big deal. So I'm just trying to strategically figure out a way to tell them to chill the fuck out. So yeah, sorry, I don't have my camera back on in one.
Oh, you're good, dude. I was just making sure you were still there.
Whoa, you guys demonetized the stream. Come on, guys.
Okay, that should be good.
We're back.
All right. So what else y'all want to talk about tonight?
Yeah, my
We've
bad.
got new champs. Jay, have you done any
Sure.
lore building about the new champs you want to share with some people, or?
I haven't yet,
Oh, okay.
but
That's fine.
I mean, like I can go up. Like, okay, one's really easy to say. Spider-Punk, of course, gotta say. Very happy he's finally in the game, because I was asked last year to do the Summoner's Choice reveal for him, which is really nice that I made that whole lore video. So I'm kind of more shouting that out, saying, hey, go watch it. But yeah, his hobby's pretty cool. Obviously, Hobby Brown is from a different Earth. Spider-Punk in a different Earth, so this is an alternate Spider-Man. He's a Spider-Man. He's a punk of his Earth, where everyone's like punk, rock, anarchy, anti-government, or anti-fascist government. I should be clear on is that the government's very fascist in that universe, and punk is an anarchist and revolting with Captain Anarchy, I believe, and a bunch of other cool like punk rock versions of like the Avengers. And it's a really cool comic. I think it just ended. The more recent one ended just recently. But yeah, dude, Punk is awesome, man. You've of course seen Across the Spider-Verse, and most people were introduced to him there. And he's just such a cool character, man. And I'm really glad the way Kabam have done their own version of him. It's not like strictly comics, and it's not strictly animated, and it's kind of their own thing, which is always lovely to see. And I'm curious to see what the storyline will be as well.
He looks awesome. I was a big fan of what I've seen so far. And it seems to have new mechanics too. I haven't really dove into reading stuff, but
I have not either.
Those animations are top notch, though.
Yeah, his animations are.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
about.
insane.
I mean, I couldn't really ask for much more from Spider-Punk than I get to wail on people with electric guitar. That's pretty much all I expected. That's what I get. So,
The fact, the fact that he's like, he animate, like he kind of animated. He's animated the way when he does the specials is cool, and it's it's just like the movie. Like that's insane because
it's
how
very cool.
annoying they said the actual animators of the movie said it was to do. It took them a year to do it. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, and it really does look like he's ripped out of the movie when he does his specials and stuff. It's awesome. And we got the normal complaints about too many spider people, which I will never complain about because give me all the spider people. Just give me all of them. Give me all of them. I understand. There's other underrepresented groups that I would love to have more of, but they'll be there eventually. I'm sure we'll get more. But yeah, give me all the spider people.
I'm not testing.
Give me all the spider people. I am impatiently waiting the day that we get Spider-Man Noir in the game. So give me all the spider people.
Hey,
and yes,
he's got a series coming out.
He does, yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
He does, so
yes.
It's more likely now, I guess. But yeah, we got Prowler, and so the Prowler we got is Hobby, right? It's not
yes,
Aaron.
It is Hobby.
Yeah, so.
Which is very different. So obviously, Hobby was originally the first Prowler.
Yeah.
Super old Spider-Man comics. Honestly, no one, like, I grew up and I never really knew because he wasn't really, by the time, he was just an old school villain. Like, he hadn't been really brought into the 2000s. But he started as a villain and he basically became a hero. And obviously the one in game is the hero version of Prowler, which, people aren't. Of course, Aaron Davis, the one from the Ultimate Universe, where Miles is from, his uncle, that's the one people know. But this is the original, and he was a villain. He's now a hero. He has different monikers. He has a really long history because he's a really old character. So I'm just kind of summarizing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a criminal life and he became a hero. He was an engineer, which is why his suit is tech. He, was desperate for cash, so he was always involved in stuff, trying to get money. I think he had injury, and then that kind of stopped him from being the Prowler, was this injury that he had happened, and the whole thing about someone stealing his costume and pretending to be him. And then I think during Civil War, that was kind of the last time I think he was in a comic as the Prowler. And I think that's kind of when they also changed his origin as well. It's an old character, so it's like hard to track down what happened. But yeah,
well, it's not.
He's been a hero more recently.
It's not that easy when Marvel randomly is like, yeah, we're gonna change the origin of this thing now, or yeah, we're gonna completely retcon this thing because it doesn't fit with what we want to do now. So
yeah,
it happens.
For sure kind of that. But yeah, he's I think he's called the Hornet now. So he's a hero who.
Yes, I think. Yeah,
looks like
I think.
A guy from DC. Just want to say that.
I was like, I think he's Hornet now, is what he is, but if I remember correctly. But, yeah, I really wasn't aware of Prowler until the whole Ultimate Universe Prowler stuff came up.
Yeah.
But,
which I think is the better version of the character, and
if I'm being honest, I didn't really read a lot of comics until after the Ultimate Universe was a thing anyway, because I didn't really start reading them until I was, in my early 20s. So,
okay.
So like a lot.
I was reading them as Ultimate was coming out.
Yeah, so.
Young lad.
Yeah, so a lot of what I read was all. I think a lot of the stuff I read when I first started reading was all Ultimate Universe stuff anyway, or post Ultimate Universe. So, yeah. I also haven't read Ultimate Spider-Man, so it's on my list of things to go back and read.
The
but
new one or the old one?
the
The old one.
the original one, like the Bendis run, like from the beginning. I've read volume 1, like the first like collected like Ultimate Spider-Man volume 1 or whatever. So it's like the first 10 issues or something like that, I think, but maybe a little more, but I think it ended with Green Goblin getting like created or whatever. I think that's kind of where it stopped off. So that's all I've read so far, which I really enjoy. I really enjoyed what I've read of it so far. I just haven't really wanted to drop the money to buy all of it because the omnibuses are kind of expensive. But our library didn't have volume 2 whenever I finished volume 1. I think it was checked out or they didn't have it, and so
the prices. Dude, right now the prices for Spider-Man comics have skyrocketed. Like, I was talking to Boo a couple weeks ago, and because of the new Ultimate Spider-Man comics, because they did a limited run type of thing, every Spider-Man
all of them are more,
like 400 times its original price, which is insane.
Well, and I mean, it's still. I know that people are saying that like the MCU hype is sunsetting and stuff, but like as far as like collectibles and stuff in comics, it has not. Like, you know, a copy of Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman, just sold at auction for like $6 million last week or something like that. So.
Dude, I took down all my comics from my walls, and I have like 7 boxes full of comics. I think I have more too, man. But right now they're too expensive actually to collect because they're $5 a comic.
Yeah.
To print comics nowadays is much more expensive than it was to do it back in the day.
For sure, yeah.
Because of all the coloring, all the paper quality is different. I think Marvel switched to a different paper company.
Thunder Mifflin.
Yeah, it's cool. I collect it for art nowadays. If it has a cool cover, or if it's NCOC related, I buy it.
Yeah.
If it's Legion related, I buy it. And if it has a cool cover, because like there's so much cool artwork to it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. I've got the MCOC comic that Kabam sent me, and then I've got 2 Psycho Man comic covers that CT, was it Clobbering that sent them to me? I think it was Clobbering that sent them to me. I haven't been able to get the one I want because the brains at Marvel had to put the first appearance of Silver Surfer in the same comic, and so it has a much more inflated price than I am normally able to accommodate. So.
Hey, speaking of Silver Surfer, did you guys hear who got cast as Silver Surfer?
Mm-mm.
Well, I heard that they cast the girl from Ozark as a Silver Surfer.
Yes.
But I don't know if that means she's playing one of the female Silver Surfers, which there are a couple of different ones that have been like...
Ruth?
I don't remember what their names are, but I know there's been a couple of female surfers in the comics.
They're just love interest of...
So I don't know...
Love interest of alternate Earths.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that means she's going to be the only surfer in the movie, or if Norin's also going to be in the movie, or what that looks like.
Exactly.
But
I don't know either.
But yeah, she's in Ozark, I think, is the main thing that she's been in. Which
is it Ruth in Ozark?
Yes, the short blonde-haired girl. Okay. Yeah. I haven't watched Ozark, but yes, it's the girl that played Ruth in Ozark.
Let me know. Like, is she a good pick for Silver Surfer? You figure? Have you seen Ozark?
I've seen lots and lots of Ozark. Um, I I like her. She's really good in Ozark.
So it's
Don't know
funny.
if she's a great pick for Silver Surfer, but I'm
So
sure.
it's
I get. Well, I
interesting. I
mean,
was reading like in the comments when I saw that casting thing, and I saw like half the people that were Ozark fans were talking about how she was perfect for it, and then the other half were saying she was a terrible pick.
Divided.
But I don't know. I couldn't tell if that was people that actually knew who she was and actually think she's terrible, or if it was just like Comic Gate bros that think they're replacing Norin Rad with a girl, and they were just mad that they
Yeah,
cast a girl.
I
Like
didn't-
it's hard. It's hard to know whether that's what's happening, and since we don't even know if that's what's happening in the movie, like I would hope, especially because the guy that's directing the movie seems to know what he's doing, and I feel like they did a good job with casting the actual family. It seems to me like if they're gonna put Surfer in the movie, that they would not gender swap Norin Rad. Like, I don't feel like they would go that way. I could see them having both, like having Norin and then having one of the female ones.
And I believe that's the plan. Because
That's the rumor that I've heard was that there was somebody rumored to be cast as Norin as well. So, which I'm fine with. I mean, if they want to add other characters in, whatever, that's cool. And I'm not sexist, but I'm not okay if they're going to gender swap Norin Rad. I feel like there's a lot of characters I feel like can get away with gender swapping. I don't think Surfer is one of the ones you should try to do that with.
Okay.
But that's just me. I mean, I'm still going to watch it because, I mean, Pedro is playing Reed for crying out loud, okay? Like, I mean...
I was curious on that because if they did gender, like, Silver Surfer is a hard character, because, like, I was responding, I was like, if they do gender swap him, I don't know how I feel about it, because it's such a strange if they did do it, because I can't picture his character being swapped, but many characters can, like, there are some characters who it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I feel like...
Both, I'm also curious on as well. With the whole, like, this movie, Fantastic Four might just be, is rumored to be in a different universe itself.
Yeah.
So I'm more interested in the complications of, this is Norin, his lover from an alternate reality. Maybe she's the last survivor. And this has to do with all their incursion stuff happening. So I'm very
Yeah,
curious.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I saw some rumors saying something about them being both and them both being heralds and all kind, but I don't know where people are getting all that. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. Like, Pedro,
like all the artwork they make.
Pedro's good in everything. Let's be honest, he's just amazing. And I really like the guy that cast his Thing too. Like I've really enjoyed him and the stuff I've seen him in, and so, I'm excited about it. I'm not as familiar with the people playing Sue and Johnny, but I think it'll be fine. It's Fantastic Four. I mean, I just hope that they are able to finally do justice to them. Like, I liked the original movie okay. Like I liked Chris Evans's Torch, and I really liked. I thought Michael Chiklis. Was it Michael Chiklis? Yeah, it was Michael Chiklis, right? That played Thing. Like, I thought he did pretty well as Thing, and I really liked the guy that played Reed in the original. I've always liked him. I don't know how I felt about Jessica as Sue, but I feel like they needed somebody a little older for Sue, but I liked that movie okay. I didn't like Galactus being a giant tornado cloud, but but like it was okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't like the worst movie ever. They've butchered it way worse before. I mean, Roger Corman. Roger Corman Roger Corman butchered it way worse before that, and then I haven't even watched the newer one that they made because they butchered that before they even put it on the screen. So, so like I haven't even watched that one, and so I just hope that they do. I just hope they do justice to the team because, yeah, I mean, they're such an important part of Marvel history, you know, like it's like the X-Men, you know, like we're finally gonna get the X-Men in the movies, and it feels like we've been cheated for having this decade of this universe without having the X-Men because like they're such an important part of Marvel history. And so involved in all the stuff they've already done, but they couldn't involve them because of, you know, legal reasons or whatever. And so, like,
I think the best thing with Fantastic is that because, again, also because we've had 10 years, really bad stuff, you know, with the most recent. No matter what Marvel's gonna do, what MCU's gonna do, that it's gonna be good because compared to what you have with the second Fantastic Four film and the Fantastic film. It's gotta be better. It's no matter what, and they said they're really trying to get the chemistry. Is what they said that the reason why they casted these four actors is more for the chemistry than anything.
Yeah.
Which I've heard before in different stuff, and that's never panned out as well. Like, so I hope it's not that case when Disney says that. I mean, this is Marvel Studios, so it's not Disney, but. I hope.
Well, you know, like I know it was just like a concept art, but like when you see that the 1960s living room concept art thing they did to announce it, nobody in that looks like out of place. Like they look like they go well together as a family of people and friends. You know, I don't know that you can say that about any of the rest of the cast that have been in previous Fantastic Four projects. Like some of them look like they went well together, but like there just always seemed to be something off about like when you would look at it, it's like I don't know how I feel about that. So you know, so I mean I'm hopeful. You know, I've been more positive about the MCU than some people have, even recent stuff, because I've enjoyed it. Like it's not necessarily as good as some of the earlier stuff, but I don't think it's trash, which some people have started to call some of the Marvel projects. And
I think
it's you still got to remember this is light years ahead of what we used to get. Like when I was growing up, like we were getting adaptations of comic characters that were basically just using the name and maybe like a part of a costume to make it kind of look like it was the same character, but nothing even remotely close to what they actually were in like the comics and stuff. You know, we had the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie and that awful Captain America movie, and so I mean, and
there's some gems in there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not hit on 2000s.
No, I mean, there's some good stuff in there, but not until later, like Blade. I mean, the Blade movies are good, and there's a few other.
It really was Blade that was the first one. I think it was the Hulk show, the Hulk live action show. I think, and then Blade was like the two that was first time.
I liked Ang Lee's Hulk. It's not like the best thing ever, but I enjoyed it. And, it was fun to. It had its moments. There was some good stuff in there. But yeah, Blade and Blade 2. I mean, Blade 2 is a fantastic film. And the original one is a lot of fun. Like it's one of those that if it's on TV, I'm gonna turn it on and watch it. Like I love that movie. Like that opening sequence with Sandstorm playing in the underground vampire rave club or whatever. It's amazing, and so like, so we've had stuff, but like nothing like what we have now. And there's been some bumps in the road. We have the whole stuff like what?
I've been thinking they're making the more creative decision to kind of to. They've been seeing like the fan base respond. Like obviously Bob Iger has returned to Disney, and he's kind of like, hey, we need to make better stuff. Like that's what we need to do. If you guys are complaining about it, we just need to get better. If you guys aren't, with Secret Invasion and all the bad reviews with that, don't want to go into it because I'll never forgive them for Secret Invasion. But I wonder if they're gonna go into the more. I hope they do more directional stuff and more unique pieces where it's like Blade, where like Blade is a great movie and it's almost a better movie than it is like a Marvel like comic movie in a sense.
Yeah.
Because it's meant to be that movie. It's meant to be a movie, which is cool. And I feel like now it hasn't really been that way. And I'm always wondering if they're ever gonna go back to start doing especially now that the multiverse is opened up. Like you can do anything and I think this new Fantastic Four movie is gonna be that way, where it's gonna be very.
I was like, say it seems like that's what they're doing with Fantastic Four. It seems like that might be kind of the direction it's going, especially with it being set in the '60s, apparently, from what we've seen. So, and I mean, I think maybe there might be a space now for them to do something similar to like what DC is doing, even though DC's stuff has been a mess. Like we're gonna have the main continuity, like James Gunn's continuity of like this is the true timeline, but like we're still gonna have Matt Reeves's Batman sequel and stuff. Maybe there's space for Marvel to do something like that, where they can have stuff that doesn't have to tie into every single other thing.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. It's funny, like, it feels like they can't win. Like, it feels like there for a while, people were like, well, everything's connected, and now everybody is complaining that stuff isn't more connected. And I'm like, well, they haven't gotten to that part yet. There's some stuff
it wasn't necessarily the way it's the way they connected. Phase 1 through 3 hasn't been the same way they've connected.
Yeah,
phase 3.
But
that's my major thing with it.
Yeah, but like when Iron Man came out, and then what was second? Thor, or did Captain America come out before Thor? I can't remember what order stuff came out, but I can't remember the order. It's been too long, but
it was
Iron Man was first, right? And then Incredible Hulk
had a post-credit scene that went into Hulk, and then Hulk had a post-credit scene that went into
Thor, right? And
then it became
Captain
America.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Had a post-credit scene that went to Avengers.
Yeah.
So like it all sequentially was next to each other.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, after the first two, they didn't go ahead and have the Avengers movie. Like, I guess that's the thing. Like, there is stuff coming that's going to tie everything together, or is in theory supposed to tie everything together. We just haven't gotten to that yet. Like, we haven't gotten to the.
Too long.
But think about the kind of content they're putting out, though. Like, it's not just like snap. It's not a snap your finger thing. And I think
my problem is the team that they have set up for the Kang Wars is there's no other character they haven't introduced already. That's my problem, is that they haven't said, hey, first up, Sam Wilson should be leading this team and recruiting people. What is he doing? Like, where is my Avengers build-up? Because there's no build-up at all, first off, if we're going into a Kang build-up. And remember COVID, and I do agree, like, COVID did mess it up. Like, I'm not disagreeing on that. But
well, and I think, they
done anything to fix that.
I think they were trying to focus on building towards it by building up the threat that they were going to have to face, rather than just doing the same thing they had done with the original Avengers team, And then, it doesn't work as well, because it's not like there's a team of supervillains. Like, if this was the same kind of build, but it was building up to the Sinister Six for a Spider-Man movie, I think it would have worked. But instead, we're getting whatever is going on in the Sony verse. But like, if it was like if it was a team of supervillains and it was a similar kind of build up to like this cosmic threat or whatever, I think it might have worked better. The thing that it was building up to just being one person still is kind of something that damages it, I think. And it didn't work as well as the Avengers build. I'm not saying it did, but like, I think that they didn't want to just do the same thing over again. Like, do 5 movies with a post-credit scene leading up to Avengers Part 2 or 2.0 or whatever,
That's just what I was saying. Is it just made it feel effective.
Yeah, I agree. I understand why people feel that way. I'm still excited for it. I'm curious what...
Yeah. I mean, I'll never be excited.
I'm really curious how the whole Jonathan Majors thing is going to affect it and what they're going to shift around and stuff. Which I don't know if y'all saw, but he was sentenced to he was only sentenced to probation for that. He got sentenced this last week. So so I mean, I don't know.
He had a whole council of Kang, so it should be real easy to replace.
Yeah, I mean, it's still funny that whole council is all the same actor to begin with.
Whatever will we do? We'll have to digitally replicate a different person.
Oh yeah, and I'll respond to your comments. Enzo saying no more politics. I disagree. Marvel have always been about politics, and that's what makes the X-Men so well. Is because they're very inclusive and progressive.
As I say, X-Men 97 is X-Men 97 is all politics, and it's fantastic.
There's a tasteful way to do it, and I think that's when Marvel shines the best is when they do it in a great way and do great storytelling, which I felt like has been kind of Phase 4 and 5. There's been misses. Like it's just with Phase 1, 2, and 3, you only had a few. Like you only had Thor: The Dark World that like no one cared about. It's like there wasn't really misses. It was more like personal preference on what they liked the best.
Yeah.
But I'm
which,
sure they're doing better.
by the way,
Star Wars is doing the same thing.
Yeah. Which I know not all of y'all have seen it yet, but Magneto had one of the best lines I've ever heard in a show ever today, and I don't know if it's a quote from somebody else or if it was just something that the writers wrote, but it was fantastic. It was at the very beginning. It's not. It wouldn't be a spoiler, but I'll let you watch it before we talk about it. But it's
dude, he had some baller lines.
So
when he was on the court, when he was in the courthouse.
Well, when he first, very early in the episode this week, he has a fantastic line. It's one of the best lines I've ever heard in the show. Seriously, it's so good.
This week is episode 5.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Which they did do one of my pet peeves this week.
You got 2 minutes. Hurry.
So last week was called Life in Motendo or something, Part 1. Yeah. But this week was not Part 2. It was something completely different. I don't like when they do stuff like that. Because I wanted to see the next part of the story that was going on last week. But they did not go back to it. They did not go back to it this week. They did something completely different. And it was phenomenal. It's a great episode, but I was very disappointed.
They're really treating it like X-Men comics, where it's
like
a sidebar.
Yeah, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a few issues to find out what's going on. Exactly. But yeah, so. That's funny. But this episode was great. This episode was really good. I really wanted to see the next part of that story, and they didn't go back to it this week. So.
I want to see Sunspot power up, man. That's what I want to see.
Oh, I think it's coming. I think we're going to get it before this season's over. So. Well, that was a ridiculously disjointed episode, but I had fun. I hope that we just kind of, hopefully next time we'll have the whole gang together and we can chop up X-Men 97 and all the fun stuff.
I'll be caught up by then.
So.
Yeah.
But
there's some other stuff too. I think the Fallout show comes out tonight. If you guys are interested in gaming stuff, I'm excited for that.
It's gonna be so good.
I think I might check it out. I mean, I've seen some clips and it looks interesting.
All 8 episodes.
Oh, are they dropping it all at
They
once?
take time of them.
Nice.
Yep, all on
Okay.
Amazon. All
Oh no!
8 hours.
I needed to go to bed after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do one episode tonight. Spread it across the week.
Yeah, I may have to.
I've heard great things.
I may have to
They said
check it out.
They said it's as good as The Last of Us, like top tier video game adaptations. So that makes me happy.
I have
You
not.
could do so much too with like.
I have not watched Last of Us yet because.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Well, I've never played the game, but I started playing through the game this week, so I'm gonna play the game first, and then So I wanted to play the game before I watch the show, so I'm gonna play the game, and once I finish the game, I will go back and watch the show. So.
That's fair.
I tried to start it several years ago, and I had bought a used copy at GameStop, and then I got through the prologue stuff, and then it was scratched or something, and I couldn't get to go any farther. But it's on PlayStation Plus, so I started the remaster of it is, so I started streaming it this week and started playing it. So.
I totally disagree, man.
What?
I don't think they're pushing anything down your throat, dog. He's just going in on it, but it's fine. To each their own.
I feel like, it probably depends on your own personal political persuasions, how much you feel like stuff is being forced on you. But, not everybody has to like everything, just like not everybody has to like every champ, I mean, it's... Hey, buddy, we're almost done. Alrighty. Well, thanks, everybody, for joining us. Cross your fingers, and hopefully next week we will have the whole crew together. What's up, buddy? You want to say hi?
Yeah.
Hi.
This is Judah.
I can't hear them.
Well, I've got my headphones on.
Can I hear what the say?
They said hi. Wave. Wave to the internet. Say thank you. Say good night.
Good night.
Go brush your teeth, buddy.
I can't find my toothpick.
In case you couldn't see what his shirt said, it says "Creepers need hugs." So he's gotten into Minecraft. He watches this JJ and Mikey on YouTube. It's like little Minecraft made movies and TV show stuff. I don't know. I've never Minecrafted, but he enjoys watching it. So. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, we will have the whole crew together next week. But whoever can be here, we will hopefully see y'all next week. So,
Yeah.
peace out, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.